Ski. I was literally about to say we did a good job not talking over the company logos last time. So
I just saw SCEE, so I just went
Ski. Yes, I need Computer Entertainment Europe. I'm not going to draw this out. Hey guys, my name's Alex Cuff.
Hello there.
Raging Draw is back. Welcome to the second game.
Harms consumers, just so you know.
It does harm consumers. This is the second game of the Crash Bandicoot N Stupid Marathon. It's Crash Bandicoot 2 Cortex Strikes Back, released in 1997. I almost went into the 2000s.
Yeah.
For the PlayStation 1.
It was released in 2007.
2007, yeah. Quite a long break between games. Once again, published by Naughty Dog. You can clearly see a leap in graphics.
Yeah, well, yeah, Naughty Dog. They already knew what they were doing with the first game because they were already pushing the system to its limits, but now they know how to do it better. I
realized at the end of when I was editing the last game that we didn't really do a oh, look out.
Yeah, it's just reading the disc, it's fine. Yeah, the PS2's making weird noises if you can't hear it. So we're hoping that it's fine.
This is also a new disc. We didn't have this on original hardware. We had a burnt copy back in the day.
Yeah.
Anyway, I realized at the end of when I was editing the last game, that we didn't actually do our thoughts on the game once it finished. We just talked for random nonsense over the credits. But we'll get to that in a sec. We've got to comment on the amazing story in Crash 2.
So Cortex finds crystals.
This is where crystals become a big thing in the series.
As you all know, at the end of the game, he was blown up, and then he fell to Earth and crashed into
Well, hang on, no, not
crystal
necessarily.
cave.
If you took the 100% ending, Crash flies away on a bird. And
Yeah,
doesn't
but
encounter
that's
Cortex.
not true ending, really.
It's bizarre that the non-100% ending is the canon ending.
You would think
Ridiculous.
that would not be the case.
So now Cortex wants the other crystals for some nefarious purpose.
And of course, Coco is a gamer girl, as we all know.
Yep, in the Insane Trilogy, she's playing Uncharted while this cutscene happens.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cute. Because in Uncharted 4, there's a section where you play Crash Bandicoot 1.
I've got my analog stick
Oh my
back.
god. Can we look
happy.
at Crash's face for a second, though?
Yes, we can.
Look at him.
He's so much crisper.
The game in general is much crisper.
Indeed. Look at all these new animations. It's so much smoother.
The recording, not so much, but that's because we're recording from original hardware, and we don't have, superior HDMI output hack.
Yep.
So
let's retroactively do our thoughts on Crash 1.
well, you could probably talk more about it, because
Absolutely.
I haven't played
My
them.
opinion of Crash 1 hasn't really changed from the last time we played it. Or I played it 3 years ago. I think it's a great game that's showing its age in some places, but largely it holds up.
Yeah. What you just demonstrated there is a new mechanic.
Yeah, and we'll get to that, but briefly, talking about Crash 2, for a long time this was my favorite game ever. It remains my favorite of the original Crash trilogy. Sadly, it's also the only one of the three that the disc broke for. So it was the one that... I haven't played this one, whereas in the first Crash game I hadn't played it since
Oh, sorry.
Oh, well, we were talking over the entire opening cutscene.
Yeah, but he's actually talking now. He's not just laughing evilly.
He was talking with Engine.
I know, but he's talking now.
He wants Crash to get crystals.
Yeah.
He's tricking Crash into thinking he's a good guy now. Anyway, whereas with Crash 1, I hadn't played it since 2017 when the Insane Trilogy came out. With this game, it's been longer because the game broke, as previously discussed.
Yeah. I like how in the opening there on the first level, it makes you think the level's much longer, but then it suddenly teleports you. You know?
Yeah.
Like it's a neat subversion thing.
God, I hope the console blurring doesn't doesn't get hear up. I hope it doesn't hear up in the audio. So Crash 2,
official term.
It added so much more to the game and to the series. Slide jumping became a thing.
They did what all good sequels should do, and that's...
Get stuck on the wall, evidently.
Get stuck on the wall. But take what's there, do it the same, but improve it.
The slide jump, it just feels so satisfying.
Your mission boxes, what's going on?
Well, I'm doing the game in the optimal order.
The optimal strat?
Yes, because with Crash 2, this game will not take nearly as long
200%.
to finish as Crash 1. There will be no backtracking required, or minimal backtracking required. I know... It didn't take me very long playing this game as a kid to just sort of break it as seen there.
That might even be intentional.
No, this is called the glitched slide jump in the... I'm pretty sure that people are fairly certain that wasn't intended to be left in the game. When you spin while slide jumping, you get a bigger boost of height and also distance. And there's a blue gem for getting no boxes in the level.
Wow.
And now we die.
That's a thing, I guess.
Thank you.
Die. Man, the PS2 is not having a good time.
Hang on, just be quiet for a sec. I want to check out the levels. It doesn't appear that it's coming up, but...
Yeah, but it might be just like in the background. If you hear just
Very
something
tiny.
going... That's the PS2.
Which is... I've had to say it was weird that it didn't happen with Crash 1, but I guess this is a more technically...
But still, it's PS1 on PS2.
I know, but it's also from, like, 2004.
This PS2.
Yeah, this console.
She's an old girl.
Maybe even... It wouldn't have been earlier than 2004.
She is an old girl. She has done us proud, playing the most
very proud, yeah.
terrible licensed trash you can imagine.
Some of it was good, I think.
Some of it was good. I'd estimate like 60 or 70%, if that, if not more, of our library was licensed trash for the PS2.
That's a pretty fair assessment.
Yeah.
A while ago, we ended up trading it in because I didn't know how to collect back then.
Yeah.
Get some store credit. So a lot of the bad stuff left our lives.
Yeah. I mean, you're really better off not just keeping it. You know, you're better off just keeping it.
Yeah.
The credit you get for it is like nothing. The bet instead of trading in a store, the best you can do is probably like use something like Gumtree nowadays.
Yeah, sell it to a different collector who actually wants it.
Someone who actually wants it. Saying, "Oh, an original PS2. That will be $2, please."
I didn't mean to do this.
Here you go. There's $2 for you.
And the other thing you can do with the circle button is
smack, and that'll become important.
Barely flop.
That'll become very important later on. So, since this is like Star Wars and it is a Strikes Back, do you think this is the superior Crash? Or do you think Crash 3 is your favorite?
This is my favorite Crash game of the original trilogy.
Yeah.
I'll get into why when we get to Crash 3, obviously. I don't know, I just prefer the level design in this game.
Is this one that has a certain dinosaur in it?
No, that's the third game.
Damn it.
Because that game has time travel in it, so that's why dinosaurs would show up.
That is true. But, you know.
Alright, back to the main level. Okay.
Yep.
That was a bit weird. Spikes didn't get me, but never mind.
We decided not to register our hit there with the spiky creature. Instead, we just said...
So bonus rounds are back, and they're not for saving purposes, they're for getting more boxes for the gem.
Wow.
Oh, and you can die and still get a gem now.
Oh, that's nice. So you can save where you want.
You can save at any time in the warp room. You can miss a box.
You can struggle against the pit.
Yep. You can save at any point. You can die and still get a gem.
You can murder Australian wildlife.
You can move far more accurately in the air.
You have analog.
I have analog control.
Instead of using D-pad.
We've got rain effects.
Was the DualShock out when Crash Bandicoot 1 came out? Because Crash Bandicoot 1 was a launch title, right? Basically.
It came out, I think it was in the first year of the console's life. It wasn't a launch title.
It was like, in the grand scheme of things, it's basically like, it became like the first, like...
It was the first, it was one of the first 3D platformers, it was the first unofficial mascot for the console.
Yeah.
But it wasn't a launch title.
Because I'm wondering if...
I very nearly got that one.
I'm wondering when the DualShock came out.
If this wasn't a DualShock game, Crash 3 definitely was.
One moment, everybody.
Going to get the iPhone of secrets.
The iPhone of knowledge.
To look up...
I want to know when the DualShock came out and if it was available at the time of Crash 1.
Information. So the PS2 just stops as soon as we get to the level load screen.
Yeah, it doesn't have to load anything anymore.
I dread to think what's going to happen at a level like Cold Hard Crash that's very long and
DualShock.
Got a lot to load in. And we got the Crash Dance for the first time ever.
Yay. Okay, the DualShock, let's see. The first... In Japan in 1997.
November 1997.
And launched in the North American market in 1998.
Oh, I accidentally skipped the Cortex cutscene. Oh well. So he basically tells you that...
Damn it, this isn't a long play anymore.
It's not a long play. Well, it's still a long...
Well, long play requires seeing basically everything.
Oh.
Including all, like, the intro cutscenes.
It wasn't going to be a long play anyway.
Yeah.
We also... Oh, so we saw them in the other level, but these are Nitro crates. you can't even jump on them. They just explode immediately.
So when did Crash Bandicoot 1 come out?
96.
Yeah, so the DualShock was not available.
It definitely wasn't available for Crash 1, and I think it just missed the boat for Crash 2.
Then how's it work then? I'm assuming they just like
get over here.
Maybe.
Oh my god, that was
maybe
dumb.
Maybe the game just. It's not the game doing it. It's the. Oh my gosh. Wow. Just jump. Get it?
I'm gonna go slowly.
Well, you're not submitting this to GDQ
or
ESA.
I'm not submitting anything.
Neither of the big ones.
Why do you just assume this is all for
Because it's funny trying to see you go fast and then repeatedly mess up.
I'm trying to go fast so that we can
finish this in a day.
I was gonna say move on, but that's a sad thing to say on level 2 of the game.
I just don't want to play Crash. Let's just move on. Let's get out of here.
I secretly hate Crash.
Yeah.
I'm only doing this so I can bank on the hype surrounding Crash 4. I don't have any love for the game.
It's not like you are fucking obsessed with Crash or anything.
Yeah, no, this has just been a long con ever since childhood.
Yeah.
There is a trick to get that red gem early, but I'm not doing it.
But I was hypothesizing that maybe the DualShock is like saying, I will use analog.
Maybe they designed Crash 2 to be compatible with DualShock, but it just didn't release by the launch of the game.
No, but it did, didn't it? It said you said
November 97. I'm pretty sure this game came out before November in 97.
Yeah. It was released in North America. The first time it was released was in Japan, which was November 1997.
Yeah, but I don't think this game was released. I think this game released before November 97 is what I mean.
So then wouldn't it be compatible then? Like if Japan had been like, hey, we're releasing this new thing, you might want to add this to your game.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying
Yeah.
that they designed it to be compatible with the controller type before the controller type was finished.
Yeah. I don't know what we're getting at here.
We both mean the same thing. You just don't realize it yet.
No, I don't think. I just think you thought I was talking about something completely different.
I don't think that.
You do, you 100%. I was saying.
I was more just confused as to why you were contradicting the exact what I said when what I was saying was what I said.
You sound like you were saying like,
me make argument. Point good.
No, you stupid. You are not clever at arguing. You are bad at the talking.
I'm not a very good public speaker. I did public speaking.
You are the Ryan Johnson of argumentation.
because I subvert your expectations.
No, because you tell me my ideas are stupid.
Okay.
Wasn't that what he did? Even a joke thing? He was like, your theory on Snoke is stupid.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't care about Star Wars enough to keep in touch with all of that. My hate boner for Ryan Johnson isn't that powerful that I need to look up every little thing he said and discredit him.
Don't tell me about your hate boner ever again, please. I'd rather you not. It's something I'd rather avoid for like the rest of my life, if possible.
I'll skip the Crash dance. We don't need to say that every time.
He looks so sad every time.
He gets so confused when the hologram starts.
Yeah, 'cause he doesn't understand English.
So in this game, Brio's a good guy.
Is he really?
He doesn't want Crash to get the crystals and wants Crash to get the gem so he can destroy Cortex's space station.
Oh. So like anti-hero?
But then in Crash Bash, he's back on the evil team, so who knows?
Well, these guys had no idea what they were doing with the lore. How dare they?
These guys. This is the last game the original developers made with Brio in it.
How dare you guys focus on gameplay and interesting level design and minor story elements rather than the full-fledged lore. You guys are frauds.
Why don't you just have why don't you just have all 3 decades of your franchise's history planned out in advance so you can avoid this kind of snafu?
Honestly.
I mean,
oh no!
What have you done?
I was trying to wipe a bit of dust. Hang on, it'll be
that'll
good.
learn your lesson.
Because OBS, for those who don't know why the video went all funny there, OBS allows you to move elements around the frame freely, and I was trying to clean a bit of dust, but I accidentally hit the mouse.
He clicked his mouse instead, like an idiot.
Yeah, well, this is gonna really annoy me.
What, the dust?
No, if it's gonna be in the same place or not.
Oh dear. Alright, we got a clock now. Now it's a real speed run.
Yay! Fuck boxes, we're leaving them behind.
We'll come back for him.
Whirlpools. We can go right past them.
Alright. Don't hit any checkpoints by accident, you moron.
You fool.
I will come back to that gem path in a second.
Wom.
Oh jeez, I'm really anxious about this.
Why?
Well, because the last time I played Crash 2, it was in my I only ever used the D-pad phase. So I don't know if I've ever played this game seriously with the analog stick. Like, the remake, absolutely, but this original, I don't know.
I mean, if you have more experience with D-pad, wouldn't you be more comfortable using the analog?
Huh?
Like, wouldn't you be more comfortable now? Like, okay, I have the analog, so it'll be much more precise. Sort of
I guess, but like, it's that muscle memory thing again.
Right.
I'm very used to playing these levels with the D-pad, but like, I'm also just not used to using the D-pad, so it's a double-edged sword that I'll never be able to escape from.
We'll never escape the sword.
Alright, so now we're back here, having gotten one of the 2 gems for the level and the crystal. We're just gonna go out of our way to break wood.
Knock on wood that we don't die.
Give me this checkpoint. I need to leave some plant live alive.
Yeah. I mean, it's fine. We have the big trees here. It's all good.
I think I mentioned it in the last. I either mentioned it in the last clip, or gameplay. I mentioned it while playing Crash 1 or shortly after we finished recording Crash 1.
Yeah.
But I'm also just glad to be doing this so we can test the new discs that we got in for the old games. And I mean, so far everything seems to be working great.
Yeah. Other than the PS2 freaking the hell out.
I mean, that is a bad. That is regrettable, but
I doubt it's the disc. It's probably the PS2 just being weird.
Yeah, I mean, we'll find. Oh Jesus!
Oh boy.
We'll find out when we play like any other game.
Maybe Crash 2 is just that intensive on the memory.
Maybe.
And the CPU that it's just like, dude, I can't handle this. I can do Shadow of the Colossus. I can't do Crash 2.
I can't do Crash 2. It's just not happening.
Look, let me put it to you this way. Crash Bandicoot 2 Cortex Strikes Back has more letters in its title than Shadow of the Colossus. Therefore...
Oh, so you're saying that the PS2 goes by letters in the title?
Yeah. Oh my god. It would sound like it was responding.
We really need to stop commenting on it, because if they can't hear it, it's just going to be awkward.
But yeah. So maybe they'll think we're going crazy.
Maybe.
We swear, if you can't hear it, it's legit.
Alright.
Alright, box time.
Oh yeah, so just very quickly, I stepped on a blue gem platform.
Oh,
what
yeah.
that means is the platform doesn't activate until you've acquired the blue gem. So this box gem is essentially, you cannot get it until you have the blue gem. So in many ways it becomes, because all of the color gems in this game are locked off by like specific conditions that are unknown to the player until you know how to do them or you stumble upon them. Like various whole box gems, like a significant amount of the gems in this game are just unavailable to the player until you know a bunch of the secrets. And that sort of the level design in that aspect, the puzzle solving, figuring it out, is one of the reasons I like this game more than Crash 3. Because in Crash 3, the secrets are nowhere near as clever, or they don't mean as much, because all the color gems are unlocked via death routes. Yeah. I don't know. And there's other things in the level design in Crash 3 I don't prefer to this game, but we'll get to them later.
Other than Crash.
Other than Crash?
Other than Crash.
Wait, I don't understand.
I know you find it hard to believe that there's other games other than Crash Bandicoot. I know, just bear with me.
But
I know.
Okay, I'll entertain this thought experiment.
I know it's a crazy hypothesis, but with games other than Crash...
okay, I almost threw up in my mouth, but go on.
What game do you think has peak level design? Like the best level design?
Ooh, that's a toughie. And I can't do Crash.
You can't do Crash. So basically all video games are not available.
I mean, it's hard to go past Galaxy.
Super Mario Galaxy?
Yeah. Maybe Odyssey well, they're very different types of level design.
Right.
Open world versus linear.
Well, it's Mario's just more hub worlds rather than fully open world, isn't it? It's like
Odyssey.
it's like it's more like
Oh yeah, it's not
small
open. It's
connected
not open
worlds.
world in the same way that like Breath of the Wild or Skyrim is.
yeah,
But it's as open world as Mario will ever get.
probably unless they really do decide to go for like a fully fledged open world game, and goodness knows that's what we
Mario's-
need in this market.
Another open world game.
Another open world game. I love my open world games, but like they're everywhere.
Yeah, because getting this this line of discussion back to the Crash Bandicoot, which is what this is all about. When Crash 4 was being rumored for a while, there were people being like, "I wonder what it's going to be. Is it going to be open world? Or is it going to be linear?" And people were like, "Oh, I hope it's an open world Crash game." And I'm sitting there like, in 2020, I'd take a linear game, please. I don't care if it's been tried and tested in the Crash franchise. I don't care that it's been overdone in Crash. In today's gaming atmosphere, that's not the right phrase, but I'll roll with it. Landscape is what I was looking for.
Yeah.
I'll take a linear game over an open world game.
Fair enough.
There's so many.
There are a lot. I think it's just the current AAA trend.
Yeah.
And eventually it's going to die out.
Well, it's like
Because
how
for a while it was like MMOs, right? That was that was the new hotness.
Yeah, I mean, for a long time, Nintendo were leaning into 2D platformers as their big thing. They would basically every game was a 2D platformer.
Right.
Even the 3D Mario games for a while relied more on what 2D games did. That 2D game design in a 3D space. That's what 3D Land and 3D World were. Like basically everything on the 3DS was a 2D platformer, or Pokemon,
Or
Fire Emblem.
yeah. Or maybe you had like or
Kid Icarus Uprising.
or
Nintendogs.
or
Brain Age.
I'll accept Brain Age. I wouldn't under any other circumstances, but I'll accept it here.
What do you mean?
I don't know what I'm accepting, but
Brain. Oh well, over here it's called Brain Training.
yeah, that's true actually. By over here, of course, we mean in the land of the kangaroo.
The land of Sweden.
Yeah, we're in Sweden. That's right. This is Sweden. Oh no, Austria.
Imagine gaslighting your own country like that.
No, we're Swedish.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. It's like we talking to someone else. It's like, what are you talking about? No,
No.
we're Swedish.
No.
What's Australia? That's not a thing.
Yeah. There's no such thing as Australia. Australia's a myth the government wants you to believe to sell boomerangs.
Yeah, Australia is actually the Greater Republic of Sweden. It's New South Sweden.
It's greater than Sweden.
Well, like there's
It's
like
not.
the original Great Republic of Sweden, and then you have the Greater Republic of Sweden.
One day I'll clear those pits.
Maybe, one day.
I can only do them in Insane if I'm using the speed shoes.
The Spoody Shores.
Alright, so this is the first bonus round I'd consider truly challenging.
And what? This is the second or third one?
Fourth.
Fourth, eh?
Because of this damn
Box Bridge.
box bridge, essentially, yeah.
It's hard to do. I'm just trying to. I don't know what I'm trying to. I'm trying to.
You're just trying your best.
I'm
That's
just
all we can
trying
ask
my
for.
best. Because I started uni again today.
Yes. What were you? So we know you're doing media communication studies.
Yeah.
I almost didn't land on all three of those actually.
Nice.
So what classes did you have today?
I just have one, and it's the film one.
So the one you actually want to do.
Well, technically, there's two film ones.
Oh, okay. So which one do you actually want to do?
I mean, I like them both.
Ah.
I mean, this one I'm liking a lot, and I was like, I wasn't too confident on it.
No need to be too specific.
Yeah. Like, as in, like, I wasn't like, this might be a bit boring.
What are you studying in that class?
It's
And don't just
it's
say
hard-
film.
No, it's hard. It's like we're looking at it's called Hollywood and Beyond,
Oh, okay.
and it's basically looking at. Right now, we're looking at genre films.
Oh, okay.
So we're looking at like. Today we looked at like the westerns, and each week we're gonna have a film that we wanted to watch and write about.
Man,
So,
medical
yeah.
students got it rough.
Yeah, I know.
You guys gotta watch movies.
We get
They gotta cut bodies open.
It's not all they do.
Yeah, and sometimes they give drugs to people.
Sometimes. That's not even to do with their medical degree.
Yeah,
That's like on the side to make more money.
that's in order to pay off their uni debts.
Yeah.
In a Walter White-esque move.
Except the Walter White, of course, was already a chemistry teacher. I think he was chemistry. I've never seen Breaking Bad.
Me neither. I need to watch it.
Yeah. Yeah. At this point, I'm willing to throw away my list and just look at, watch or read whatever I'm interested in.
Oh yeah, so you don't just have a list of games you're interested in. You got a list of for everything.
Yeah, I mentioned it.
You mentioned you had a very extensive Steam library.
Yeah.
I don't think we mentioned your lists.
I think I did because I talked about Joplin, and it's a note-taking application I use.
Oh yeah, I think it may have come up, but just for clarification's sake.
Yeah. Well, I was going to do that anyway, but yeah, Joplin is basically like a note-taking application, and you can have like you can just put whatever you want in there. Like
even dogs?
Not dogs. Like,
Well,
mainly,
that's not everything, is it?
Well, you can put.
When
you can
will the
put
lies
you
end?
you can put a picture of a dog in a note.
That's not a dog.
It is a. It's like the classic film student. Well, not even film student, just like art student.
I remember this bullshit thing.
This is not a pipe. This is a representation of a pipe.
It's a pipe.
It's a representation of a pipe. Because it's a painting of a pipe.
You keep talking. I need to concentrate for a bit.
Right. And in that note-taking application, I basically have just one big note that's called Timothy's list. I don't know. It's something like that.
A name that basic, you can't even remember it.
Yeah, it's like Timothy's notebook or Timothy's list. It's basically I just put everything in there that can be like that's like text that I need to remember, and like so like the first like subheading is like important notes to remember, and it has stuff like my friends' addresses and that sort of thing.
So your friends' addresses are important to remember, but as we established in the last video, not your siblings' birthdays or ages. I think it was.
Well, it's both. I'll probably write it down now that you mention it. No, it's just like
That's the first death.
that.
Well, that wasn't intentional.
Yeah, there've been one or two intentional deaths. But yeah, that's like the first.
Ah,
Well, you just like got launched into
man,
that pit.
I think I've commented on it before, but that's some evil get level design right there. Place that bomb at the exact right spot so you'd fall in the pit if you hit it. Oh,
Very
dear.
cunning.
Ah, I hate these things.
Oh, gate, pit,
I can see it.
bridge.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
This,
Light,
you not yelling at the things
Light.
wasn't the problem I was having.
more boxes.
Oh, I think I got it.
Tunnel.
All right, there we go.
Yay, you did it. See, and it was all thanks to
Didn't
me.
give me nearly as much trouble.
As we were hoping.
No, as the last time I played this game.
Yeah. But yeah, that list.
The list, yes.
So it has important notes, and then the next subheading is, I think it's like Timothy's great list of media,
Oh, okay.
and it's just basically like it's in order from A to Z. Like, I'm very particular about that, and I'm like semi-confident, as much as like a teenager with no medical experience can be, that I have like something like ADHD or
Oh,
something.
okay. I
like
was
that.
wondering where you were going with that.
No, just something along those lines where I'm like
Fairly certain that it's a developmental disorder.
obsessive about that.
I am to some degree.
Like it's for me to the point where like I worry about the amount of hours on games I have on Steam. Not even just like
It's
worrying,
always
like,
got to be a multiple of 5.
Well, not even that. It's just like I don't want to start a game and just have like just 1 minute. Like if I start a game, I want the timer to be accurate to how long it's taking me to play the game.
He's back.
Oh, it's the crazy man who's a
Got
professor
our
now.
first boss fight, and it's pretty pathetic.
Yeah, only 3 hit points.
It can be scary for if you haven't played the game before. Like if it's your first time playing the boss fight, it's like pretty hectic. But once you know the patterns, it's kind of boring. So your media list, it's not divided into subcategories for movie, TV, game. It's just all
No, it
one
is.
thing. It is, okay.
It is.
But in between,
I'm not a sadist.
yeah. But in those, it's
Yeah.
alphabetical.
So it goes books, games, films, than TV shows. I just realized I call it because oh my god, I just realized something.
What did you realize?
Because I originally called that tab movies, so it wasn't alphabetical order under games.
Get out of my way for it. You called it what, sorry?
It was really the heading was originally movies to watch, but now it's films to watch.
Right.
Because I prefer the word film.
Okay.
But that means now it's underneath games, and games is G, and films is F.
That's gonna keep me up all night.
So I'll need to fix that. But I'll be too used to the fact that games are more close to the top of the list.
Let me dance on this guy's head.
I'm surprised it didn't take me longer
to realize that.
Or even short. I should say, it didn't take me short to realize that. Yeah. But yeah, that's basically what it is. And then the next category is like, this is probably really fucking boring, but
no, this is just the tips for getting organized with your extensive media.
Like I get to the point sometimes where I'm just like I just want to throw it out and just be like whatever strikes my fancy.
I want to watch what I want to watch.
Yeah, whatever strikes my like. It's good like if it's like something more obscure and I forget about it and like I read the title and all this. I'm like, what was that again? And I look it up and I'm like, oh, that seems cool. But then like looking at like the sheer volume of things I've put in there that I need to look at, it's just like it's too daunting. You suffer from analysis paralysis.
Well, what I want to do and what I did do in the past. When I was trying to figure out a new TV show to watch, is get my list of stuff I wanted to watch, pop it on a random selector app.
Oh, right.
And let it pick.
Right.
And that is how I watched Gravity Falls for the first time.
Oh, I need to watch Gravity Falls.
You do? It's quite good.
Yeah, I watched the first episode. And I was like, this is really good. And I just didn't continue watching it. There is a show I'm currently watching right now that I've gotten really into. It's an anime.
Ah, disgusting.
Yeah, well, don't talk to me. You should look at that. You should look at anime and manga.
Man, I like Leighton. That's good enough for me.
Leighton is not... I mean, it is, but that's...
You were about to say Leighton is not anime.
No, I was going to say...
That would contradict a point that my friends have lorded over me for years.
I was going to say Leighton is not all of anime. There's so much variety out there.
Actually, we might be able to take this opportunity to plug Crush Gear.
That was the first anime that we ever watched.
Well, the first one we watched fairly extensively.
Hang on, did we watch Winx first? Because Winx is technically an anime. Do you want me to mention that I just brought up Winx?
I don't want you to bring that up.
Well, too bad I have. We watched Winx when we were kids.
We have 3 sisters. Let's preface with that.
Oh, we can like girls stuff. Get off your levels.
I incidentally didn't like Winx, and not because it was for girls. I just thought it wasn't very good.
Fair enough. But yeah, if we watched that first and that was our first anime, but if not, Crush Gear, I'm pretty
fairly
sure
certain Crush Gear was first.
No, maybe Kimber was, actually.
Kimber we never owned, though. We watched a bit of that at our aunt's place.
No, we had a tape of Kimber.
Again, that was at our aunt's place, I think.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I swear we had a Kimber tape.
I don't remember watching it that much, which makes me think it was at our aunt's.
Right. I liked it. I liked watching it. I remember the theme song. It was like, Kimber, the White Lion.
I don't think we would have ever gotten to the point where he starts wearing his dad's dead body.
Again, that's another YMS video that we mentioned.
It's the same one.
Yeah, it's the same one actually. Yeah, that's right.
Anyway, Crush Gear.
Crush Gear, all right.
It is a series about a fictional sport where people throw
Crush Gears,
which are basically battle-ready RC cars.
It's like
into a ring and then fight each other. And first one to get either flipped over or sent out of the ring loses.
It's like if you were to take what's it called, BattleBots.
BattleBots, but with cars.
I was gonna say BattleBots animeified, basically.
Yes. It was also kind of in the vein of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Pokemon style thing, where it's like it's all based around this one sport that for some reason everyone in the world loves and bases their entire economy around.
Yeah, it's very 90s/early 2000s anime.
Yeah, we had about 12 episodes on DVD.
Yeah,
and much later on, I went back and watched the entire series.
Yeah,
I don't know if you have.
No, I haven't.
I just did the first secret exit of the game, which are required for 100% completion, so speedrunners have to go out of their way to get them, despite all the skips that they have in place to get around actually going into them.
You know what I found out?
What did you find out?
The intro that we have to Crush Gear, as far as I'm aware, based on my extensive, not so extensive, research
isn't
of Crush Gear,
complete?
No, it's apparently, I think it's an Australian only. intro.
Well, that intro isn't in the episodes that I watched that weren't released over here, so
Right.
I can believe that.
Yeah, because like in the Crush Gear opening we have, there's a bit in the opening where there's no line where there is in the other English version.
Yeah, I definitely remember that. There is an intro that I saw,
It goes like
that has lyrics where ours did not.
Yeah,
like there's significant sections that don't have lyrics in our version.
like there's a bit where it goes na 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 na, let's fly away. That was not in the version we watched.
That's one of many, dude. Like you could
But that's
highlight
like-
so many different sections.
No, but that's because I remember just watching that thinking, okay, then this, because I remember there was someone uploaded
yeah,
a bunch of Crush Gear episodes. So you
all
did-
of them. That's how I saw them.
Yeah, and they specified
Get over here.
in the description that they started airing in Australia in 2004.
Ah.
So I'm assuming the uploader might be Australian, or at the very least has Australian copies of Crush Gear that has that opening.
Oh, there's ice physics for you.
I'm not sure if that opening was made specifically for Australia or if it's just the one that was used in that particular release over here. But yeah, that is interesting. In every other version I've seen, the Japanese version, the German version, they do have a line there, but that version that we watched didn't.
Our version is very instrumental, apart from like one or two lines in the
Yes.
chorus. But
There's also a
all the
guitar
anim-
chord that
all the animation is the
yeah,
same.
yeah. As far as I'm aware, the English dub is pretty much the same.
Yeah.
It's not like I have like, oh, how you going, man? We're gonna throw
There's-
some Crush Gears in the ring. Australian
All
voice
the
actors.
dialogue is the same. There's also I can't speak to the to how much they may or may not have 4Kidsified it for the English release.
They probably did.
Maybe. They definitely didn't pull any eat some wink wink donuts.
These mashed potatoes are great.
Like one of the characters eats red bean buns again. God damn! I thought I'd waited long enough. So the ice physics in this game are very heavy. Both times I jumped over that crate, I was not holding the analog stick. It's just the momentum from sliding on the ice.
So he likes eating red bean buns.
Red bean buns, yeah.
Yeah.
I can't recall any references to Western pop culture.
Right. But was it? So what's it called in the translation? Like, did you say it was renamed to something else?
No. They're
Or
red
are they
bean
called-
buns, yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's why I was saying that they didn't pull any Pokemon donut garbage.
Or saying that Ace Attorney takes place in Los Angeles when it's
No,
very,
okay.
when
Like,
it's very clearly Japan.
they actually give a in-universe reason for that in the later games.
Right.
They say that they mention basically in this version America didn't have the strict Japanese immigration rules that were in America for a while after World War II.
Right.
So there were a lot more Japanese communities that settled over here.
over in Los Angeles.
Over in America.
Right. I mean, you could have saved yourself a lot of time coming up with a reason to just say it was in Japan.
I mean, by that point it was too late.
Like, even with the explanation, still like there's still things that don't make a lot of sense.
As far as localizations go, it's not the biggest thing in the world.
Yeah.
Man. Like, there's very little that actually changes as a result. Alright, I got the red gem now.
Nice. But yeah, like I was saying, the show that I've been watching,
Yes.
uh,
How long ago were we on this line of conversation?
yeah, I think anyone watching has probably picked up that we go off on a lot of tangents.
Yeah.
But yeah, the show I've been watching recently, I don't watch a lot of TV shows, but I've been getting into this one a lot, is My Hero Academia.
Ah, yes.
Which, for those that
Quite
don't know...
an obscure one.
Yeah, nobody knows about it. It's super underground. I mean,
You're such a hipster.
yeah. I don't really... Whatever.
I was saying that sarcastically, but
No,
continue.
no, I was trying to come up with a wee retort, but I couldn't think of
Ah.
anything.
You just don't have that brain.
I do have that brain, but I've been busy all day.
Mhm.
About all that... Well, I have actually been, to an extent.
Yeah, we don't go off on tangents. That's ridiculous.
My Hero Academia, for those who don't know, or Academia, if you so wish.
If you want to be wrong.
No, I'm pretty sure the correct pronunciation is Academia, but to
That
me,
just sounds wrong.
My Hero Academia just has much more of a ring to it.
Maybe it's just because I've heard it the one way constantly.
Like, My Hero Academia just has much of a rhythm to it than My Hero Academia. But yeah, anyway.
Academia just sounds like a made-up word as well.
My Hero Academia is basically a superhero anime where everyone in the world, basically everyone in the world, has developed what's known as quirks, which are basically superpowers.
When everyone's super, no one will be.
But the thing is, the main character is not super.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's the only super one then.
He is quirkless.
I'm so quirkless.
But that's what he thinks of himself, right? He's like, I want to be a hero, but I can't be because I don't have a quirk, which is super rare in this society now. Like I said, 80% of the population has a quirk.
Oh, you can actually jump on them. I didn't know that. Oh.
I won't. I mean, the plot twist of what happens to him happens pretty early on this season. But if you just want to watch it blind, I won't say anything more than that.
You have a lot. You have a lot to watch.
It's not actually that long. All things considered, it's only
As shoujins go.
yeah. Well, it's the Shonen's only adaptation has only just started. It's only I think there's only 88 episodes, which is pretty reasonable. And the manga, which is the original source material, only has 30 or so volumes in it. It's nowhere near like a.
Only 30.
Oh please, that's like nowhere near like a like.
Oh, okay. So I was apparently in the foreground for just that one
Like
trait.
that's nothing compared to like Naruto or One Piece. Like One Piece is like it's still ongoing. It has like 800, 900 episodes.
Well, I said it would be a cold day in hell before I talked about One Piece on my channel, but here we are.
Did you actually say that, or is that a joke?
I'll let you decide.
Like with someone like, if you talk about One Piece, you owe me $50. Or was it the person I'm thinking of? I'm thinking of a certain person.
No, you're putting way too much thought into this. I was kidding.
Okay, I was thinking of a certain person who might.
I know who it is. Let's just not bring it up.
Yes. But yeah. I'm currently halfway through the second season.
See, we're talking about Naruto and I keep dying.
We're not talking about Naruto. We're talking about My Hero Academia.
We're actually talking about One Piece, but continue.
Well, we're talking about My Hero Academia.
Tangents.
Yeah. I mean, the more we draw attention to it, the less it's.
It's gonna go more on. It's gonna go more unnoticed if we just don't mention it.
Yeah, exactly. It's gonna be more annoying if we keep mentioning it.
I want that hedgehog killed.
Just don't commit genocide against the hedgehogs.
No, just that one hedgehog. He's the one that's killed me 3 times.
Okay, so you've got a vendetta, basically.
V for Vendetta.
You already.
I'd made that. Now it's a callback.
No, it's not. You just can't think of anything else with something with a vendetta in the title.
Well, you come up with something else with a vendetta in the title.
Let me think.
Exactly.
No, hang on. I've only just started thinking.
You've got to think about it.
Yeah, that's what people do. They
That's
think.
what nerds do.
That's like the classic, oh, you didn't think of a response right away, therefore you're stupid.
Too late, I win.
Too late, I win. You didn't think of something fast enough.